mothers, daughters, sisters, outcasts. Meet the sex workers of Makeni, Sierra Leone.
For the doctor not pay you, beat you, rape you, then this, and then they call sex worker.
It's a job that can cost them their life.
What's happening? What's happening?
This is a story of a group of women striving for a better life. But is there any hope? Viewed as immoral outcasts who live in a seedy underworld, sex workers are shunned and avoided by many in Sierra Leone.
Hey, sir, I'm not fine. You would tell me to me, Sabi.
Welcome to the world of Lady P. She has been chosen by the sex workers to be their mama, their matriarch.
Here is my resident. All of them, they are tenants. Some of them, they are my sisters. Some of them, they are my colleagues. And some of them, they are my... Come and see.
My name is Tyson Conte. I'm a filmmaker and this is my hometown.
This night, I'm going to see sex workers go out for their business. We'll follow them to the streets.
There are more than 1,000 sex workers in Makeni, hustling to survive. COVID-19 has made their lives even harder.
I want to.
I wait for Isaiah.
Now, every client counts even more than usual.
How much we can get to a Ghana seats?
We get 150, 100,000, 80,000, 70,000. But now this week I already see your car. But I say we get 30,000 now.
Then, a shocking reminder of the risks sex workers take to feed themselves and their families.
Then yesterday I go do so party Makamaya. They go pull in parts there. Right now we wait for goats man. Yeah, yesterday.
So this na sex worker.
Na sex worker. Yeah.
And you must have here.
Yes.
As the money dries up, the risk increases. Most see no choice but to carry on. Many have children to provide for and no partner or husband around to help. Isata is a 21-year-old single mother who turned to sex work aged 14. When she became pregnant with her daughter Ramatu, her boyfriend left her.
All that sacrifice I do for me, no my cancer, for my can please me picking. Like me, so I don't receive so many pains than at it. So I hope if me picking can be like they will fetch for the one day sees advantage pan.
To me, this problem, like so much in my country, has its roots in our 11 years civil war in the 90s and early 2000s. To know the story of so many Sierra Leone sex workers, look no further than Lady P and the day the rebels arrived in her life, aged just 10.
I didn't pay me, me and see them kill them. They cut this into the land, so they cut this into. That is if I know so much. I began that the way men.
Tragedy in Lady P's life wouldn't end there. In 2014, and by now married with children, the deadly Ebola epidemic devastated her family.
By then we get 3 picking there. We one adopted 2 na me get her. The sick affect them. So me say if affect me, the me can die, my man can die, then 2 picking and die. All man can die. Then bad thing that already happened to me because of it don't be my life experience before, and that make us stand for let that no repeat story. So because of that, I stand firm, I fight hard, I said to me last of me drop blood na ground for that see every sex worker know in right, get in right, no matter what.
As the weeks pass, the coronavirus death toll is not as bad as feared. By late May, according to official figures, just 46 people have died. But the risks that sex workers face haven't improved. Lady P calls me to say that Isata has been attacked.
Well, the man go meet me in that club. I didn't take me clothes and chair and the places. They put me money in at 200,000. So now they will be fetch. I the fetch time for my common I do when take the gun. Because I can't kill me now.
Not only does Isata say her attacker was a police officer, but it was not the first time he'd allegedly beaten her up and robbed her. After a few weeks, Isata decides to take the police officer to court with the backing of Lady P. But there is a problem, a big problem. Isata has gone missing. She hasn't even returned to look after her young daughter. Days pass with no sign of her. There are rumors she could be in the capital, Freetown. With no other leads, Lady P and I go there to look for her.
I understand say they didn't have to her.
Yeah, make sure say me rest not come
One of Lady P's contacts called someone who might know more. She hands the phone to Lady P.
Okay, the picture of the person as mosquito and yellow one. You get bobo in the teeth. Yeah. Eh, they don't go. They say we not doing it. Say just know what they count. They say boy, they say they get program. They get woman. They go na banjo. So they make them go there.
It appears Isata has been trafficked more than 1,000 kilometers to the Gambia's capital, Banjul, notorious as a sex tourism hotspot.
Na foster.
2 months pass with no contact from Isata. I'm seriously starting to fear the worst. And then out of the blue, Isata gets in church. Desperate voice messages and photographs trickle in from a number in Mali. I tried to call Isata back many times, but her phone rarely works. Finally, over several calls, I pieced together what's happened to Isata and another Makeni sex worker who was kidnapped alongside her, called Ike.
They go between a club. They say they want walk. And I didn't know that they can go. I didn't know that used to want to in a street where you want go. They can't hold me sister. It's the daughter. They can't hold me months. Then they don't see they reach within a Gambia village.
After a month, Isata and Ike were trafficked further to Mali, where they were abandoned in a small mining village and were regularly raped by miners.
If you are not going for rape, what did they do?
Director, we know the family don't want to have a monocalor like so because the way they come from you, tell them they are can't everything. We know the family don't want to have.
I managed to track down Ike's mom, Kadiatu. She has not heard from her daughter for months.
Papa be a bad sound. Geralom, the Billy, Opera Pali, and Echo, Geratama Uncle Ten and Uncle. The Loma 2 days, they got 3 days before you knock a deal or did no shit. Minas Batia are in 20 minutes check a book. Chiang Contofili and their rampo.
Conkin Conomba and Iberai.
Conkin, as you are. Ono tunoro mine bianga kono deni Reste di kar buto la ka kurba shaba ka pa ka men ko karfor.
There is one glimmer of hope though. Isata and Ike have befriended a miner called Abu, who is letting them use his phone to contact me. He has agreed to help them get back home. I contact a Malian journalist, Mamadou Tapi. He calls Abu and locates the village. It's an hour's drive from the town of Keneb. I wait nervously with Kadiatu, Ike's mom, as Tapili finally arrives at the spot where he's arranged to meet Abu.
Abu. D'accord, d'accord. Isata and Ike. Thank you very much.
This is a brothel, and some people are getting twitchy about the camel. After 3 months, the women are finally safe and on their way to the International Organization of Migration in Mali's capital, Bamako. The IOM is a UN body which aids trafficked people. They have agreed to help Isata and Ike return home.
Hey, Isata. Camera boy.
Filipino. Mo kita buta ila okur masaba ura me here otofolo wacho gona batuno. Ma wene bu mo kumo fo FIFA nyem ko otofolo wacho gona batuno.
We are all here ready. Parents are outside waiting for their daughters. They can't wait. It's a joy, you know, it's a celebration for me in my mind, my heart, because I was not thinking it's gonna turn out this way. We are happy that these girls are finally coming back.
Isata and Ike spent 3 months with the IOM in Mali, who checked out their stories of kidnap and trafficking. They have the UN body to thank for returning them home.
These lives that were almost lost, we regain them. They come back to the family. Today, the mothers have their daughters, and the daughters have their mothers back.
The question is, what kind of life will await them now?